I just thought I'd, rather than make a community post, I'd make do a little short video instead, because sometimes the community posts can be misconstrued and you can't really get the full context of what the person's saying. I was sent screenshots yesterday, which I found very disappointing. Lots of people who I would never ever have thought would be seen dead in this creators chat. Just were there because of the person that was on panel and because of the topic she was talking about. I think that's very, very, that's hate bonding. I don't do hate bonding. I think once a person shows you who they truly are, you should believe them. Not only did this creator call CPS on a creator, and she can say, oh, it's been 4 years. That may be so, but you still affected that child. You affected his real life. But recently, she made a community post regarding another creator's child, saying that his awful diagnosis, his awful illness, was her karma. And that was recent. And then she did another community post saying that someone abused their children. So she's proved throughout time that she will not change. She's never changed. She's never going to change. And I don't know why people entertain her. She goes low. She's known for going low, but that's no excuse. There's a million and one things you can say to someone without going towards their kids. If anyone went said things about her kids, I'd be exactly the same. I had great empathy for her when she was going through her illness. I was supportive of her during that, because that's an awful illness, an awful diagnosis to have. And I personally have been affected by that myself. Hold on. Sorry about that, the dogs are playing. Yeah, I was very supportive of her during her diagnosis, because it's awful, and we've all been affected, you know, by whether it be a friend, family, or whatever. Awful diagnosis, and yet she claimed that a creator's child, his diagnosis was that creator's karma. People hate bonding in her chat after her saying that. I'm very disappointed in. If I was subbed to you and you was in there and I seen a screenshot of your name there, I'm going to unsub. I think as a community, if we don't take a stand and say this is wrong, we don't accept it, then there's no community left. What community? You know, there's no low that someone won't go to when they go for someone's children. This is just my opinion on it. Obviously, other people have got their own. But my belief is when someone shows you, again, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. She's never going to change, ever. She talks about topics to get people in her chat, and you all fell for it yesterday. All of you who were in there, who I saw in them screenshots, you all fell for it. I don't know what's happened to this community. I really don't. I mean, doxing was bad enough, but the things that come out of her mouth are vile, absolutely vile, and the things that she does and says regarding people's kids is lower. And I'm not for one supportive of anyone that does that. I don't forgive anybody who does that, and I don't want to be around people who do. So therefore, if you don't see me in a chat of a creator, it's because I've seen them in there, and I don't want to be associated with people who are accepting of someone that will go as low as talking about people's children, the way she does. She's awful. She hasn't changed in all the years that I've known her. I used to be a supportive. I used to be a right simp for her. Unfortunately, as you know, and I learnt from experience how awful she can be. And that's just my thoughts on it. Anyone that knows her knows the game she's playing now. she's going to try and be controversial. She's going to be talking about topics, trying to get everyone in her chat, and you're all falling for it. And it's a shame to see, it really is. But like I said, my stance is I stand for victims of domestic violence and for children, and I always will. So if you don't see me in some channels anymore, you know the reason why. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely Sunday. It's quite cloudy here. It doesn't look cloudy, but it's quite cloudy here. It's not very warm today. But I just thought I'd say my feelings, and have a good one.